You better start thinking very clearly.
In this video, we are going to investigate a case where one best friend betrays the other, and the detectives are going to find out whether this suspect is insane or telling the truth.
What the hell is going on?
The year was 2001. In Columbia, Missouri, 17-year-old high school student Ryan Ferguson made his way to a party on Halloween. Right after he arrives at the party, he notices that everyone starts to leave. He looks around, the cops are there, and the party is shut down. Ryan then spots Charles Erickson, a childhood friend. Ryan doesn't want his night to end, so he brings Charles to a bar nearby where his older sister is, and she has fake IDs for them. When they arrived at the bar, they went on to become extremely intoxicated. After running out of money, the two eventually leave the bar at around 1 a.m. Meanwhile, across town, Columbia Daily Tribune sports writer Kent Heitholt had been working late. After finishing up his work, he made his way to the car park outside his office. On his way to his car, he was attacked from behind and was beaten to death. A woman who worked in the building saw two suspicious figures in the car park. She quickly notifies her supervisor, Jerry Trump. They went out to see what was going on, and that's when they found Kent lying in a pool of blood.
911, what is your emergency?
We need someone here at the Columbia Daily Tribune.
What's going on?
I'm not sure. I was just told to call 911. There's somebody hurt outside.
Is there anybody who can tell me what's going on there?
Here.
We're at the main building of the Tribune.
And what's going on?
In the parking lot, the sports editor, Kent, laying in the ground. Pool of blood. Looks like he'd been shot or something.
Okay, he's on the parking lot behind the Tribune on the KFC side?
Yes.
Who did you see in the area?
I saw two guys in the area.
Were they white or black?
White. I'd say 1920.
What were they wearing?
I don't know. This gal, she saw them. She walked out to smoke a cigarette, saw them duck down behind the car.
Okay.
I looked out and saw them, and I said, what's going on? I knew it was Kent's car, and I said, Kent? And they didn't look up. Nobody did anything. Somebody's been hurt, man.
While Jerry and the woman are on the phone, another colleague turns Kent's body over to check his pulse, but it was already too late. The only evidence police found was a strand of hair, footprints, and Kent's belt buckle. The DNA didn't match anyone in the police database, and 2 years later, the case was still not solved. Ryan and Charles had both graduated from high school and went on to attend different colleges. But one day, Charles stumbles upon a news article that includes a police sketch of the suspects. Charles is convinced he looks like one of the sketches and remembers that he was partying close by. He then starts to have extremely vivid dreams about the night Kent lost his life. He has to find out what actually happened, so he asks Ryan if he remembers anything. According to Charles, Ryan freaked out when confronted with this and threatened his life if he went to the police. Ryan, on the other hand, claims he assured Charles that nothing happened that night. Charles feels more and more guilty, and he vents to a close friend and asks for advice. His friend was not to be trusted.
911? This is not emergency, but I got something I really need to say.
Okay.
I know something that went down 2 years ago that I have to say.
Okay.
Alright, you know the reporter at the Tribune that was murdered and no one found out who it was?
Uh-huh.
I know what happened and I know the murderer.
Right after this call, they are both picked up and brought into the interrogation room. We begin with Ryan Ferguson, who claims he drove Charles home after the bar and has no clue where Charles is getting this story from.
Man, what are we gonna do here? Jim says you come up deceptive on us.
Dude, I was not there, man. I don't know what the f it is.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Chuck put you there, right?
Yes.
The time frames you're telling me with when this murder occurred does not fit. Then you come up deceptive, that's 3 strikes.
What do you mean it doesn't fit?
It doesn't fit.
I don't know the time.
I've already told you. You say you stayed at the bar till 1:30.
Yes. When was the murder? I don't even know when it was.
Well, again, this is poker. We're not telling you everything because you know why? You ain't telling us everything. But listen to me. You wanted to hear it, I'm going to tell you. Alright? We're trying to help you out, but you're just being so damn hard-headed I can't believe it.
Not, man.
You're being hard-headed, but we'll get around it.
Man, I was
There's
not,
no way you
there's
could have taken
nothing
Chuck.
I can say,
There's
man.
no way you
I
could
was
have
not
taken
there.
Chuck home and him make it back to do this all by himself. There's no way.
I don't know.
What's the reason Chuck's lying? If you
Dude, I don't know, man.
He's known Chuck forever, right?
I've known Chuck since junior high. Hung out with him for a few
Has ever
years.
had any quarrels over
No, man.
girlfriends, athletics, sports cars,
No.
racing cars, nothing?
No.
You know, you keep saying that. You don't have to remind me about what I've told you.
Well, I was not there. I don't know what you guys
Yes,
want
you
from
were
me.
there.
No, I was not there. I was not there.
There's no possible way that you could have been driving him home and him be seen by Dallas at the same time. It can't happen. It's unless he's got an identical twin that knows exactly what he's doing. It ain't happening.
Well, there's 12 minutes there. Maybe Chuck killed somebody, came back to the club, and I drove home to Dallas.
You know what?
I don't know, man.
Murder happened after club closed. That's your problem. You've been hanging your head on, though. I didn't see Chuck through the bar all night.
Dude, I'm hanging my head on. I
It
didn't
happened.
do anything, man. God, are you serious? I did not do anything.
What did you see?
I did not see anything.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know what happened. You guys
Right.
are asking me like,
But you're
like
saying,
I know,
you're
man.
saying
I
he's
don't
lying,
know.
he's making it up, maybe he was there. I mean, you can't have both ways. Either he knows what the he
I
does.
know what the hell he's talking about, alright? I don't know if he's lying. I don't know if he was there. You say he's there? Okay, he was there. I wasn't. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, and
I'm sorry, dude. It's just.
and let's back up because I'm going to correct you on something. I didn't say he was there, I didn't say you were there.
You said he was.
He said he was there, he said you were there.
And he's saying that he was there.
He just
Alright,
told us
alright.
he was there.
He said that he was there and I was there.
Okay.
I wasn't there. He
And
might
I'm-
have taken somebody else.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm telling you I believe what he's saying. We haven't got, his story hasn't gone askew yet.
Okay.
So that's what we're trying to, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just.
Well,
it's kind of odd.
what he's
hearing-
trying to tell you is that when we run his story in front of a jury, okay, there's going to be 12 people of your peers. They're going to sit up there in that jury box. And when they run that story by him, the one thing people are hooked on is this CSI bullshit that I was talking about earlier. Okay, people are hooked on that, and we're gonna throw stuff out there that and prove to them that only the person that was there during the crime scene knew what had happened.
Okay, and that's
He's
it.
going to testify to that. That makes him credible. Times that he tells us about makes him credible. Everything that you told us makes you non-credible. And you're going to take a hit for this.
Right now, the police are trying to convince Ryan that they already have enough evidence to take him to court. They also try to pin Charles and Ryan against each other in order to make them both confess.
Things go horribly, horribly wrong.
See, I know where you're going with this, man.
And the thing about
I
this,
didn't do anything.
if they're going to nail you with it, if they're going to pin this on you, you know, you might as well get it. If that's going to happen regardless, and it looks like they got all this stuff and all this evidence. If they're going to pin it on you, you might as well get it pinned on you for the right reasons.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to you earlier, man. I didn't. Oh my God. Trying to get me to admit to something I didn't do. I didn't do it. I mean, take me down and wait until trial, man. Just take me down to jail because I didn't do anything. I'm not admitting to something I didn't do.
I understand, but do you think if you go down to jail and by, you know, a lot of times when we talk to people, they think, you know, if I just maintain that I didn't do it, that it's all going to go away? Do you think it
No,
will?
I know if I did something, they would know that I did it.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm innocent.
Because you're innocent of killing this guy.
I'm innocent of even being there. I'm not involved in this in any way. Alright? It's the truth. There's nothing I can do or say about that to make it different. I mean, my hope is I don't have any hope, man. I'm going to jail for something I didn't do. I'm not going to admit to doing it to get a lesser sentence because I didn't do it.
But if it didn't go down just the way this guy's saying, why should you take the rap or something?
Because I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice, man. I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling them what happened.
But what if you still had the choice to tell your side of the story and it wasn't exactly like whatever this other guy's saying was? Why not?
Look, I want to be straight up with you, man. I really don't appreciate you coming in here and doing this. Alright, I told them the truth. Alright, no matter what, that is the truth. That's what happened. Alright, I'm not hoping that anything changes. I'm hoping that they realize that I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm hoping that the evidence will prove that I didn't do it.
They're not, though. They don't believe you.
Well, I mean, that sucks. Take me to court. I mean, I have to go to trial, dude. I mean, I didn't do anything. And I'm not going to admit to doing something I didn't do. Can't do or say anything else about it.
You know, when something happens that you make a mistake, people understand you don't really want to come out with it because we're ashamed.
I understand that.
You know?
And I've done other things. But this is definitely not one of those cases, man. I've not done anything. I've told them the truth. And all I can do is sit here and wait and have a million people try to talk me into saying I did something I did not. It's not fun.
I guess I'm just I'd like to see you help yourself. I think you still can help yourself.
Because you think I did it.
I don't know what happened, you know?
Well, look
But I
at
think
this
there's certain
way.
things
I
you
didn't
need to
do
do
it
yourself.
Okay? And the only way I can help myself is by admitting to something I didn't do. That's what you're saying.
No, not really.
That's exactly what you're
Let's
saying.
say, for instance, this other fellow, Chuck, let's say this was all something it was his idea. Let's say that he's trying to pin this whole thing on you because he paints a pretty bad picture.
Well, maybe he is, but I wasn't with him. I don't know anything about it.
Ryan's interrogation lasts about 5 hours, and he does not crack. Or does he?
It would make it easier for him if you were able to come clean on what happened.
I am come clean, all right?
But if you hadn't, do you think it would make it easier for your mom and dad? Your mom in particular? You said mom.
Well, if I had done something, yes, but I haven't. I don't know how many times I have to say this to you guys. I have not done anything. I was not there. I did not do anything.
But if there was a way that you could help yourself, you'd do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm telling the truth, so I'm doing what I can. I mean, if you know what this is like, man, I'm going to talk to my dad. I'm going to talk to my mom. So I don't get one phone call, man. I got to call my dad to get lawyer fees. I got to call my mom so she doesn't.
Let me find out about all that.
After failing to make Ryan crack, they bring Charles into the interrogation room, and you will see how Charles and the detective have difficulties aligning key details of how Kent lost his life.
How many times did you think you hit him altogether?
Just once.
Just once? Well, the only problem I have with that is I know that he was hit more than once with the tool.
I'm saying, I just hit him once.
You just hit him once, you didn't hit him more than
because I distinctly remember the first time that I hit him. I remember hearing this noise and just seeing his face, and it just made me sick.
And the noise was him screaming?
It was like a groan.
Okay, all right. Okay. You said earlier, though, that it was possible that you may have hit him more than once. Is that different now?
No, I didn't hit him more than once.
Okay. No way in hell that you hit this guy once, turn and got sick. If you only hit him once, turn away and got sick, you had to hand the thing off the line because this guy's got head wounds all over his head. We're talking minimum 15 strikes.
I must have done it, though. I mean, I don't know. Either that or I stopped and he did. I don't know.
Did you ever drop the pipe?
Probably.
Did you hand it off to Ryan?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. So when you say that you must have flipped out, then maybe you flipped out and hit this guy more than once.
Yeah.
According to the coroner, the attack lasted around 7 minutes. Charles is confused. He doesn't seem to know what weapon was used in the murder.
We know what the guy got strangled with. That's kind of the thing I've been holding back from. Is it possible that you know what he was strangled with and just didn't want to tell me? Because I know.
No, I think it was a shirt or something.
Okay, well, I know it wasn't a shirt.
Maybe a bungee cord or something from his car. I don't see why he'd have a rope in his car.
Well, we know for a fact that his belt was ripped off of his pants and he was strangled with his belt.
Really?
So it's possible Ryan could have strangled this guy with his belt, got the keys, and you not know.
With the man's belt?
Yeah.
His own belt?
Yes. Does that ring a bell?
Not at all. I didn't.
But you saw Ryan strangling him, though.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, I might not even know what I'm talking about now.
Well,
Tell me exactly where this happened. Yes, we're going to go right up to the parking lot. Now, some things may have changed a little bit. Of course, there's a lot of vehicles in the parking area. But you see where this Jeep is at right up here? This kind of a beige-colored Jeep with a black roof. That is the parking spot where Mr. Heidholt had his car parked. Looking at this area, does this look familiar to you? And the door being right here, floating dock area?
I mean, I don't remember most of what happened.
I don't even, it's just so foggy, I could just be sitting here fabricating all of it and not know. I don't know. This is after reading the newspaper article in October.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of what I put together with, I don't know if I'm just flipping out or whatever, but this is kind of what I put together with what could have happened. I remember we were at the club, we ran out of money, he'd been asking his sister to borrow money, and then from there on, I'm just kind of presuming what happened. I'm making presumptions based on what I read in the newspaper.
Well, you're making accurate presumptions that, like I said, that you would only know if you were there.
Like what? What The lady, the cleaning lady?
That's one.
That was in the newspaper.
Well, no, about what was specifically said
She
to
went
that
to get
lady.
out? I mean...
No, you explained. I'm not going to
you
go
know what
there.
I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel guilty about it. But it's just, I can't recollect. And it's just a trip for me to have to sit here and try to look at something that happened that I read about and try to base what I remember off of that. You know, it's a mind.
Let's just stop right here. Okay? Now, one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit here and listen to this kind of gibberish, okay? That's not, I'm not going to waste my time doing it. No, wait. Now listen, I'm going to start talking, and you're going to start listening, okay? All right. I'm going to be point blank with you, pal. Right now, your hind end is the one that's hanging over the edge, and Ryan could care less about it.
Okay.
Okay? Do you understand me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you better start thinking very clearly.
Okay.
Because it's you that is on this chopping block.
Okay.
Am I clear to you?
Yes.
Now, do we need to go back and go through this step by step?
No.
Well, I think we do, and that's what we're going to do. And I don't want to hear, all of a sudden I just think I maybe fabricated all this and,
Wow.
No. What I want to hear is exactly what Ryan told you, because that's what's going to keep you in a position to where you're not going to be the sole individual out here responsible for what happened to Kent.
No DNA evidence linked any of the boys to the murder. The shoe prints and fingerprints didn't match, but Jerry was still able to identify both of them.
Would you point to that individual or individuals, please?
Yes.
Charles ended up taking a plea deal. Ryan, on the other hand, was sentenced to 40 years in jail. But hold on. In 2009, the infamous Kathleen Zellmer takes on the case and interviews Charles.
Made a lot of assumptions and turned them into facts to satisfy the police. When I did that, I used the opportunity to move the blame onto Ryan and off of myself. Things happened much differently than I had previously stated. When we left the club, I cannot honestly remember if we had robbery on our minds. I could not accept in my conscious mind that I was the sole perpetrator and aggressor, so I put a lot of the blame on Ryan.
Jerry Trump also recanted what he said, and while crying on the stand, he asked for forgiveness from Ryan.
Do you anticipate or want anything for doing this?
Yeah. I'd like to have forgiveness. Ryan.
On December 5th, 2013, Ryan Ferguson became a free man again. Ryan then won $11 million in a civil suit against Missouri police. Charles Erickson suddenly believes he is innocent, and although Charles is the reason Ryan ended up in prison, Ryan still wants to help him to clear his name. Charles was released in March 2022 after serving 18 of his 25-year sentence. Click the video on the screen to see the dumbest criminal interrogation ever.